Day 287 of the worldwide Megacrisis Hungerstrike. Ooh, I'm feeling it. 21 days since my last meal. This is the longest I've ever done so far on this grade 11 Hungerstrike. It's been perpetual, as you guys know, meaning ongoing. I haven't had a full recovery in 7 months. On the previous hunger strikes, the previous grades that I did, I got a 2-month recovery period, which is enough to get your body fat back. But I haven't eaten, the longest I've eaten was last month, which was a month. It was long. But you need 2 months to really recover. So half recovered, and now I'm doing 21 days. The longest I've ever done was 28 days, but that's when I had 2 months recovery. So we're in new territory. Once I get past if I get past 28 days, it'll be no man's land. I've never been there before. And I'm feeling it. I just had a huge sort of crash here in the last 4 or 5 days. It hit me hard. And I think it's because I decreased how much water I was drinking. Water makes a huge difference. But if I drink a lot of water, I end up having to get up to go to the washroom, and it's getting hard to stand. You're seeing me after a second nap. This morning, I couldn't even make the video. I was so tired. I've been going to bed late because I've been pushing the envelope for you guys, trying to save your lives. So while I have the energy, I'm going to make the video. That's me personally. As you can tell, I'm laying down with my little bear here, a sublation bear. Oh, all right, I'll teach you the core, next part of the core, and then we'll do emergency core, then the wifey. So, number one, next part of the core, as you guys know, we've already covered. One World Spirit core starts with time compression, with clarity on ego, wisdom, with the problem being the mega crisis, and the solution being the 2 sacred sentences. Now, the next part is the implementation, which is flow, rolls, and flocks. And that just means we have these special meetings that have these flow rolls in them. And you play these roles to have better meetings, because if your meetings aren't great, then your movement, your governance, everything else is not great, because a government, an economy, it's all just millions of human meetings, right? So we studied them and found that the reason why they fall apart is because the meetings aren't balanced. And then once we have the flow rolls down with the anti-cult training and all the other stuff that we teach people, then we do flock strategy, which is we scale up the meetings quickly, and we teach more and more people how to have fulfilling meetings. I'm going to go into these in more detail in the next round. But that's the last part of the core at the top level, without going into much detail. Okay, that's the beginning part with the time compression, ego, wisdom. And then we have the problem being the mega crisis, solution being 2 sacred sentences, and the implementation of that solution being flow, rolls, and flocks. All right, we use the meetings to teach about the 2 sacred sentences and the problem. Okay. Wow. Even my hearing feels muffled. My bed is hurting me. I've slept in this bed for so long that the parts where my hips are hitting springs now. I've worn out my bed. I've been sitting here for so long. It's not good to sit like this. I need to exercise at some point, so I'm keeping my mind sharp, though, by learning universal logic every day, talking with a few new people, researching all of that. Speaking of that, emergency core, current events, the Middle East is really heating up, and I'm wondering if it's because Donald Trump is trying to avoid the Epstein situation because he's poking the hornet's nest. And now they're saying we're really in World War III. Oh. Okay, it's not great. Oh, wow. We can stop this with a new type of universal diplomacy based on universal logic. Whew, feeling it. Good news is that we managed to get a donation in, and we've recruited 89 people off of all the social media platforms. Because, as you know, my old crew sort of walked out on me because I criticized them a little too much. I wanted people to make these blessings to help me eat for free. And even when we're paying people, they still, and religious people who are supposed to care, they still only come for the money. And it really hurt me a lot. And just mentioning that, was enough to make them leave. And I'm like, wow. It wasn't even that mean of a criticism. Hey guys, we just got to keep improving. There's people suffering around the world. We got to do a little bit better. Let's keep improving. There's something called constant and never-ending improvement, and that's how the notion works. And people are so fragile. Their egos are so weak and so brittle that you can't say any negations. Even though I've taken the vow of abandonment for them, and I told them that I'll return to them. They just abandoned me. They don't understand what real love or real friendship is. They do these grandstands like, oh, I'm better than you. I'm going to abandon you. Therefore, it's all your fault. And then they think they're righteous. But really, they're drinking poison, hoping other people will die. It's not. You can't have that spirit. So in some ways, I guess God doesn't want them here with me. If they were supposed to be here at this stage, they'd be here and they'd understand. But I guess not, because we can't let that kind of poison into the spirit that I got going here. I've sacrificed too much for people right now to show a different way of life. And they're nice people, though. I really hope they come back. But there's many people that are going to die if we don't get moving, you guys. The AI is literally taking over everything. Like even just today, what happened today? One of the senators, Bernie Sanders, again, is swearing. He's saying, this is effing crazy. This is freaky. They're freaking out. What's happening? It's not just going to take your jobs. 80 to 95% of the time, it takes your life as soon as it escapes. Okay. Last part is the wifey. If you know somebody who's hardcore, if she's too hardcore for everybody else, she's just right for me. We can do our professional, personal, and activist lives all at once, because kingdom come is coming. The scientific governance. And these fragmentations of society will be solved. All right. And she's vegan, and she's an old soul. All right. I don't know what kind of person you want, or if you found your person, right on. Bless you. But let's work together to support each other as we go through this roller coaster that's coming, you guys. Okay. My stomach is upset. I'm going to stop talking right there. Stay strong. Keep sublating, and I'll teach you the next part of the core tomorrow, all right? So you can tell your family and friends what's happening. Reality collapse is happening. The governments are already saying that with tax season coming, there's so many scams. People are tired of the daily scams. I just got one. I could barely even tell it wasn't real. It almost tricked me, and I'm aware. So it's starting. Okay. Peace.